Hi everyone and welcome back to another F1 Manager 2022 video, and today update 1.8 has just dropped, not 1.7, 1.8. So I don't know if that's mislabeled or whether two updates have been rolled together into one, but here are the patch notes for the update. First off, adjusted tyre performance deltas, degradation rates and performance during degradation for all compounds across all weather types. That is the big one. Previously, there wasn't enough of a benefit going on soft tyres, and it really made a lot of the races being medium hards as being really the best option for the race. So we will have a look into the deltas maybe a little bit later, maybe in the next video. But that is the big one. That should really improve strategies and really open up different options for the race. Next one, fuel delta display to improve readability and stability. Fuel delta is now measured in kilograms and is relative to the expected fuel load at the current point in the race. I think that sounds a little bit more, as I was expecting, a little bit more like the Codemasters version. I didn't really have a problem with this one. The way it worked before, it was a bit of a long-term projection, and once you'd sort of figured that out, it wasn't really too much of a thing to worry about. But I think most people are used to the Codemasters version, and so we're finding this a little bit confusing, and I think they've gone to that type of model. So that's what that is. Fuel feedback fixed. Updated behavior of backmarker and slower moving cars so they move aside more effectively when required. That was a bit of an issue. Lapped cars, or issues around that getting in the way, unhelpful, or at certain times, especially around Monaco, for example, it's just a nightmare to overtake, and it could really affect the race. Further adjustments to car part development focus and attribute trade-offs to help balance player progress versus other teams. So a bit more balancing there in the car part development. Not sure exactly what that means, but I guess we'll see when we get into the game. Improvements to car behaviour when racing side by side, reducing instances of unnecessary slowing and concertina effect. I find that a little bit odd. I didn't think that cars lost enough time when they were battling, to be honest, but improvements to the car behaviour there, so that's good. Improvements to AI strategic behaviour during wet weather conditions, that's definitely good. AI would usually mess up a wet weather strategy. I thought perhaps it was determined by the weather centre accuracy for each of the teams, so maybe they'd be more likely to make a mistake if their weather centre was bad, compared to, say, the top teams having a full weather centre. But again, we'll have to see if that, how different that is. But definitely improvements to AI strategic behaviour on wet weather is definitely a positive. Fixed an issue where the safety car would pull aside and let cars pass if the race leader entered the pits. I'd not seen that one. Fixed an issue where saving on specific screen would cause all 20 cars to appear during Q2. I've not seen that one either. Added support for super wide monitors. So if you've got a super wide monitor, then you should notice some improvements there. Minor adjustments to starting car performance, starting facility levels, and board performance expectations for a small number of teams to align with their real-world performance. Will only take effect in new saves created after this update is installed. Okay, so if you're starting a new game, then there might be some slight differences that you might notice compared to what you started before. Some general stability updates. I'm not really sure what any of these are. I've not seen any of those, but there's some fixes there. Multiple corrections made to staff information, including age and accompanying photos. Fine. Fixed an issue where drivers would remain in a bookmark slot after retiring. Achievements and trophies. Fixes for multiple instances of achievements, trophies not triggering correctly, including the Constructors' Champion. Yeah, I'd heard a few complaints that people had won the drivers and the constructors and they'd not got the trophy for Constructors' Champion when that happened, so that's fixed, that's good. Achievements trophies the players have earned but not triggered should unlock after the player finishes their next race after installing 1.8. Then we've just got cars. That's there's a lot of information there that we've got. Fixed a small hole in the car model for several cars. I've not seen that myself. Cinematics. Fixed an issue where tires would sometimes appear duplicated in cutscenes. I thought that had been fixed already. I'd not seen any since the previous update. Stopped instances of rain passing through the ceilings of pit buildings. Okay, good. Fixed a soft lock when opening the options menu during some cutscenes. Yeah, I'd seen that. I think I'd seen that. Reduced instances of major garage reactions to minor incident. Okay, that's good. You know, a little bit of run wide in practice, and you know, it's the worst thing in the world in the pit and the commentary. So, such as a car running wide. So yeah, they're hopefully not gonna, you know, panic as much in the cutscenes. Updated Miami track map, tags on corners in the circuits menu. Okay, yeah, minor thing, a little bit of labeling there. Controller, fixed bindings for right shoulder buttons not working. I don't use a controller, but if you're on, if you do use a controller, then that might impact you. Pit stops, resolved an issue where unattached tyres would appear in the pit lane. Fixed trackside camera focus for second car when double stacking cars for pit stops. Oh, okay, that's good. Sometimes the camera angles are a bit odd. It's like, show me what's going on properly. So yeah, hopefully that will look better on pit stops. And then a couple of Steam updates. Added on-screen keyboard shortcut for Steam Deck and Steam Big Picture mode. Not sure what that's about. Resolved issue causing the game to launch Steam VR when a VR headset is connected. Okay, well, a couple of minor things there. But obviously the big ones are the Tyre performance, which I think has been one of the big complaints about this, really not opening up viable alternative strategies. So yeah, what do you think about these changes? So yeah, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss my analysis on the Tyre changes, strategies, and all the latest information. Thanks for watching.